As you go prayer walking and you're meeting people, sharing Jesus and praying for needs, you will find that there are 4 responses to that interaction. And we find three of these 4 responses in the book of Acts in chapter 17, verse 32 to 34, where Paul is sharing the gospel with those in Mars Hill. So let's read that together. And when they heard of the resurrection of the dead, some mocked, while others said, "We will hear you again on this matter." So Paul departed from among them. However, some men joined him and believed, among them Dionysius, the Areopagite, a woman named Damaris, and others with them. So how can what kind of responses do we see in this verse? So we see in Acts that there was some that mocked. So this is no. Some will reply by maybe, which is they wanted to hear him again on this matter. And others say yes. And this is where some men joined him and believed. Now we can use this as an example. We can use a stoplight as an example of what to illustrate this. So you have red lights, you have yellow lights, and you have green lights. And then we have this additional response. Some people will say that they're a believer as well. Now, a yes person, a green light, is somebody who wants to repent and believe. And a believer also, in general, those that have repented and been baptized. Now, it's important to understand what our response is when we come across these types of people. Now, a red light, these people may say it nicely, they may yell, but it's clear that they're not interested in you or in Jesus. And if you encounter this person, you don't push, you just move on. It may seem unloving, but it's actually unloving to the people that God has prepared and are ready right now to receive the gospel. They may be ready another time, but it's important that we just pray for them as we depart, so we keep searching. Now, it's important, as Jesus in Luke 10, when he instructed his disciples, he said to shake the dust off their feet when they come to a village and a people that are rejecting him and rejecting that message. It's important for us to move on. And we can do it kind and just pray for them and bless them as they depart. We can be thankful for that interaction. Now, some people, if they're yellow light, they may be open to conversation. They may even receive prayer, but it's clear that they're not ready to take a step of loving obedience to Jesus. And so if you encounter this person, it's important to do Bible discovery and to focus on those things that can help them to understand what Jesus is inviting them to respond to, as well as answered prayer. Many times as people are sharing needs and they're praying for them and asking God to respond in kind to them and their needs, he'll make himself known to them, and he will show that he is real and he cares about the things that they care about. And so we want to respond to that and expect that God is going to do miraculous things and draw people to himself. When you come across a green person, we call them to immediately repent and believe. And once they've done that, and we receive follow-up information from them, then it's important that we continue that dialogue and invite them to bring others into those Bible discovery times, and specifically calling them to respond with this why, who, and how. So with this is a beginning discipleship tool where we answer the question, why can they make disciples? Who can they reach with the gospel? And 3, how can they share the gospel? So we're going to teach them stories from the Bible, review those, and prepare them so that they can share them and put those into practice as well. And the same thing with brand new believers, we want to do the same. So we would focus on the why, the who, and the how, about their identity as disciple-making disciples, not just following Jesus, but fishing for people, who they can reach with the gospel, and then how they can share the gospel with others.